So hey guys, welcome back. We are on the chapter acids, bases and salt. We have done a lot of topic in it, right? And almost on the verge of completion of this chapter. After the completion, we'll summarize this chapter, this whole chapter, and then we'll see some board related questions, right? And also some MCQs regarding this, okay? So I would like to start with the session that is with the topic general characteristic of salt. See, after this general characteristic, the only topic which is remaining is the preparation of acids and preparation of bases. So that will be covering in the next sessions. So in this session we'll only do the general properties of salts. So let's begin with the session. Okay? So general properties of salts. So what all are the properties of salts? We have to see. There are some very typical or important properties which we are to be remembered. So that is why we will do those things. And afterwards we will go for acids and bases ka preparation, right? So the very first property of the salt is that they are ionic compound, as they are made of ionic bonds. So they are ionic compound, and we all know that these ionic compounds are formed in they form a crystalline solid. So they are non-volatile as well. Okay? So we'll write these salts are mostly non-volatile, right? So these salts are mostly non-volatile. Why, or what do we mean by non-volatile? So non-volatile is nothing but a substance with which cannot be evaporated at room temperature. ठीक है, तो volatile मतलब room temperature पे जो evaporate हो जाता है, ठीक है, vaporize हो जाता है. तो जो salts होते हैं they are mostly non-volatile, ionic compounds with high melting and boiling points. High melting and boiling point. Why so? Because as we know that these salts are made of ionic bonds. So since they are made of ionic bond, the force of attraction between the oppositely charged species is very strong and difficult to be broken, right? And hence they are non-volatile and very high melting point वाले होते हैं, right? Is it clear? So now move to the next part, that is solubility. So very important thing regarding solubility is like dissolves like. I would like to write here one phrase, you can say like dissolves like. What do you mean by this? This says कि जो polar substances होते हैं वो या polar solute होते हैं, they are dissolved in polar solvent only, right? And जो non polar solute होते हैं वो non polar solvent में ही dissolve होंगे. So like dissolves like means, as we know that ionic compounds are polar. क्यों polar? Because they have positive charge and a negative charge. So these are two poles. Hence the ionic compounds are polar. So if they are polar, so definitely they are going to get dissolved in a polar solvent. So a polar solvent which is very common is water. So solubility, that is dissolution of these salt. I can say here dissolution of salts in water, ठीक है, at a particular temperature, ठीक है. So the very specific definition to the solubility will be extent of dissolution, मतलब कितना dissolve होगा. So extent of dissolution of salts in water at a particular temperature such as room temperature 100 degrees Celsius or whatever. ठीक है. So dissolution or solubility is nothing but extent of dissolution of salts at a particular temperature in water. ठीक है. So we'll go through the dissolution and what are the general rules regarding the dissolution or solubility of these salts in water. So the very first one is कि जितने भी नाइट्रेट्स हैं और जितने भी नाइट्राइट्स हैं they all are soluble. So very first property, all the nitrates and nitrites are soluble. ठीक है. So all the nitrates and nitrites are soluble in water, you can say. So all there are many different kinds of salt. So carbonate, hydrogen carbonate, then you have sulfates, sulfides, sulfites, etc. So we'll see one by one all the salts. ठीक है. Now जितने भी salts होते हैं सोडियम, पोटेशियम and ammonium के, all these salts are also soluble. So we'll write the second property as all the salts of sodium, potassium and ammonium are soluble. So इसमें कोई exception नहीं है. All the salts of sodium, potassium and ammonium is soluble. See, I can give you example of sodium salts such as NaCl, NaBr, ठीक है, Na2SO4, etc. All these are soluble in water. So all the salts of sodium, potassium and ammonium are soluble. Now when you go to the chloride salts, so AgCl and HgCl2 को छोड़ के all the salts of chloride are soluble in water. So we'll write all chloride salts or all chloride salts except AgCl and HgCl2 are soluble. Also one more thing to be remembered over here is that PbCl2 is also chloride, right? A chloride salt, and this salt is soluble only in hot water. So that is why we will write it separately that PbCl2 is soluble only in hot water. Is this clear? So this is the criteria for chlorides. Clear? So first thing, which is regarding nitrates and nitrites. So all the nitrates and nitrites are soluble. Then all the salts of sodium, potassium and ammonium are also soluble. Then the chlorides के salt में only AgCl और HgCl2 छोड़ के बाकी सभी salts chloride के soluble होते हैं. So let's move on to few more criteria of solubility of salts. Now the fourth criteria is regarding sulfate salt. So what is the criteria regarding sulfate salt is कि all the salts or all the sulfates except VaSO4, CaSO4 and PbSO4 are soluble in water, right? ठीक है. So you have to remember these three exceptions. That's it. ठीक है? Then after this, the fifth criteria of these salts are about carbonates, hydrogen carbonates, sulfides and sulfides. So except sodium, potassium and ammonium, rest of the salts, that is carbonate salt or hydrogen carbonate salt or sulfide salt or sulfide salts, are insoluble in water. So we'll write here that all carbonates, hydrogen carbonates, sulfides and sulfides except sodium, potassium and ammonium are insoluble. So except these three, that is because so all the, see earlier in the I think second point itself I have told you about कि जो सोडियम, पोटेशियम और अमोनियम है, इनके कोई भी सॉल्ट हो वो सब डिजॉल्व होते हैं इन वाटर. सो दैट मीन्स सोडियम कार्बोनेट, सोडियम हाइड्रोजन कार्बोनेट, सोडियम सल्फाइड और सोडियम सल्फाइड ऑल आर डिजॉल्वेबल और सोल्यूबल इन water. ठीक है? But after these three or except these three salt, rest of the carbonates, hydrogen carbonates, sulfides and sulfides are insoluble in water. So these were the criteria regarding solubility of the salt. So the two properties we have seen up till now. The first one is that the salts are non-volatile ionic compounds with high melting point and boiling point. The second one was the solubility. That is, in this we have seen one phrase, that is like dissolves like. So solubility is nothing but the extent of dissolution of salt. Okay? Now in whatever solvent it is, in this case I am taking water because water is a polar solvent, and the solute, that is salt, is also polar in nature. So I hope you might have written down up till this. So we'll move to the next properties of the salt, that is the electrical conductivity and then the crystalline forms. ठीक है? So moving to the next property. Now the next thing regarding this property is your electrical conductivity. So what we say about the electrical conductivity of salt. So very important thing to be noted over here is कि these salts can conduct electricity as they are formed of iron, right? So they will conduct electricity but only in molten or in the solution form. Why so? Because see what happens कि when it is in solid form, the ions or the electrons are not free. They are bound in the crystal lattice format. So since they are bound in a crystal lattice format, definitely they are not be able to get free and the electrons would not be able to move, and hence the electricity will not be conducted. So here what will happen कि जो conduction होगा, it will of the salt will be only in either molten state or in the solution state. So we'll write it over here that salts can conduct electricity in molten state or in solution form. But not in solid state. ठीक है? Also you have to remember one thing कि the water, that is the tap water which you can drink in your home, also contain some salts, and these salts in water get ionized, and since they get ionized, that is the positive ion and the negative ion get separated or dissolved in the water. So since they that is getting dissolved in water or ionized in water, they can, that is the tap water can conduct electricity. But when you talk about distilled water, that distilled water cannot conduct electricity as it do not have any ion in it. Clear? So electrical conductivity is based on the polarity or the movement of the electrons. Okay? So here the salt should be ionized, and that can happen only in the molten or the solution form. So you have to mark these two things so that while revising it will be easier for you to remember. This is also a question which comes in the exam. Okay? So the question regarding this point comes कि why do salt do not conduct electricity in solid state. So you have to write the ions are not free in solid state as they are bound in the crystal lattice form, whereas in solution it gets dissolved in water or get itself ionized. In molten state also the salt gets ionized, hence they can conduct electricity. Is this clear? So moving to the next point. Moving to the next point, that is some salts contain water molecule attached in their crystal with a coordinate bond and hydrogen bond. So since there is a water molecule associated with the salt molecules or the parent salt molecule, with help of coordinate bond or the hydrogen bond, these water molecules are also termed as water of crystallization. ठीक है? Why so? You can say कि जो water of crystallization है, in that कि water जो है it is just trapped in the crystal. So this water molecule is known as water of crystallization. So let's write that कि are attached to the parent salt molecule or parent crystal of salt molecule via coordinate bond or hydrogen bond, and this water is known as water of crystallization. And also you need to remember one more thing regarding water of crystallization is that this water of crystallization, this imparts color, or you can say specific color to the crystal of salts. ठीक है? So water of crystallization क्या है? Water of crystallization वाटर मॉलिक्यूल का कोऑर्डिनेट बॉन्ड या हाइड्रोजन बॉन्ड के थ्रू पेरेंट सॉल्ट मॉलिक्यूल से अटैच होता है, उस वाटर को हम कहते हैं वाटर ऑफ क्रिस्टलाइजेशन. रिमेंबर दिस. ठीक है? एंड दी salts with this water of crystallization crystallization is known as hydrated salts. ठीक है. So if the salts containing water molecule is known as hydrated salt, that means कि there will be a name given to the salt without these water or from where the water has been removed. So we'll write, and if the water is removed from this salt, it is called as anhydrous salt, and this can be achieved, or the removal of water from the hydrated salt can be achieved simply by heating. अगर आप salt को heat करोगे तो automatically the water of crystallization will be evaporated and will be removed from the hydrated salt. So this is the water of crystallization and the name given to the salt or crystal of salt according to the presence or absence of the water of crystallization. So these were the general properties of salt which you all should be aware of, and I hope this is very clear to you, and if you have any doubt you can please ask me, and we'll meet in the next session. Till then, bye bye.